If you are in China and you want to change your job or you want to change your work permit and you don't know how to do it, this is the best video for you. You will know all the answer. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another fresh video. This is Awais Malik and you are watching me on my YouTube channel Foreigners Life in Chengdu. Today I'm here with a new and fresh video how you can change your work permit or your job in China. Recently I just changed my job and I want to share my experience with you guys. So if you are already working here in China and now you have planned to change your company and you want to change your work permit, so here is some information that you must know before you change your job. To change the company, what you have to do is you must have a valid residence permit, at least 3 months. If your residence permit is less than 3 months, I don't recommend you to change your job, but if it's more than 3 months, then you have enough time to do it. So the first of all, what you have to do is to find a new job. Once you have found the new job, you confirm your offer letter, you confirm everything, and now you can resign. Once you resign, you have to measure the time. Then after you resign, maybe you have to give like 1 month advance notice. After you giving the notice, you still count that one is your last day in the company. You still have 3 months from that date that your residence permit is valid. Once you confirm that one, you can cancel your work permit. Once you cancel your work permit, you can tell your new company to apply the new work permit for you. Once you cancel the work permit, you have to get some official documents from the PSP office and from your hotel or from your company. They will give you the information like, okay, this work permit has been cancelled. This is the confirmation of the cancellations and some other document. For example, this is the work experience that he worked here from this company from this date to this date, that kind of stuff. Now take all this document to your new employer and give it to them. They will apply this one online for you. Once they apply the online work permit for you, you have to count the date from that day. Within next 5 working days, you must get the first step approval. For example, that they will upload your information and your documents. If the bureau has no problem, they will approve it. If they give some objection, they will let you know what kind of information they needed, and you have to re-upload your documents and your resume again. So once the first step has been confirmed, your employer have to take your original documents to the bureau. They will show them all the original documents. After they show the original documents to them, they will give them like a stamp on that approval paper, and you have to wait at least 5 to 10 working days to get your work permit card. Once you get the work permit card, then you can apply for a new residence permit. Alright, so here is the thing that why I mentioned you should have at least 3 months before you apply your new work permit. The thing here is, in China, in all the province and different cities, the PSP rules are not the same. Every city have their own rules. For example, I live here in Chengdu. There are 4 different PSP offices here. The main one is in Chengdu Square. I went there to ask them some information. I asked them, I'm planning to change my job. I have to cancel my work permit, but my residence permit is still valid for 9 months. Do I have to cancel this one and apply for extension visa, or I don't need it? They clearly told me, you don't have to apply for a new extension visa. Your residence permit is still valid for 9 months. You just simply apply for the work permit, and if your work permit is finished within a month or 1 month, 5 days, 10 days, it's no problem. But if it's taking more longer, every time you upload your documents, there is some error, there is some mistake, or maybe there is some more documents required, and it's taking more and more longer. It's more than 1 month, but you still did not get approval. Then you have to apply for extension visa. Very clear information. So I just cancel my work permit and apply for the new one. All the steps are clear one by one. But once I cancel the work permit, the place where I live, there is also one PSP office. That PSP called me and asked me that I have canceled my work permit and it's already been 9 days. And according to the rules, if you cancel your work permit, your residence permit is also not valid. You have to apply a new visa within 10 days. So you already finished 9 days, so today you must go to Chengdu Square PSP and apply for another extension visa, otherwise there's a big problem and there's a chance you may be deported, or maybe you will have a big problem here in China, or you have to pay some fine. So, all right, no problem. I went back to Chengdu Square in the PSB. I told them I got the call from another PSB office, the place where I live, and the inspector of that place, he told me that I have to apply extension visa right now, is today. And for apply the visa, they give me one list of the documents that I already prepared, and I went there. They told me, no need, you just go back home and sit back. Once your work permit is done, came back and apply for the new residence permit. The same day afternoon, I went back to that PSB again where I live. I told them, the PSB, the main office PSB in Chengdu Square, give me this information. They say I don't have to apply for, because this residence permit is valid for 9 months and my work permit is already been approved. There is no problem, and within next few days I will get my card, so I don't have to apply it. They give me another documents. They say, you see here, this is the guideline for the foreigners who live here in Chengdu. So if once they change this one, the work permit, they have to apply for a new visa. This was a Chinese translation, but down there was English. English means is clearly different than what he tell me in Chinese. The English one actually saying that once you change your company or you cancel your work permit, within next 10 days you must apply for the new work permit. That's what it says. They did not give any limitation or any specific period of time that you can stay in China for this long or you have to get out of China for this long. No, it was clearly stated that I have to apply a new work permit within 10 days. Once the application is submitted, if my residence permit is valid, I can live here freely, no problem. That's what the PSB in Chengdu Square told me. But this PSB officer said no. So I asked him, okay, if I cannot, and they also not letting me apply for a new visa because all the documents that I needed for a new visa is here. Why not you come with me together and told them, or you call them right now here. They say if they told you, then it's okay, but you need to make sure and within next week you will get your work permit. So yeah, it's depend on PSB. Once it's done, they will give it to me. If it's some delay, I cannot do anything, and they told me there's no need for that. So you must make sure when you are changing your company, you must went to the main PSB office, wherever city you are, and get this clear information. My residence permit is valid for this period of time, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and now I wanted to change my company. I'm canceling my work permit. New work permit, the standard time is 20 working days, within 20 working days, and it can be done few days earlier or maybe 1 or 2 days later, but at least within 20 days, maximum 1 month, you can finish it if there's no big problem, if there's no more documents required. If you have all clear documents, you can finish it within 1 month. So if I can change it, and do I have to apply for an extension of visa and cancel this residence permit or not? You must make sure this information, and you can also get any contact information of that PSB that who give you the information. You can, maybe they have the name and they have the badge number here. You can note down. If possible, you can also do some recording just for evidence in case if any, I don't know what to call them, but if any other PSB call you or any other police officer call you and ask you this information, you can tell them, okay, I have on the record this information. I don't want it to listen to you. I want to listen to them where I apply for my residence permit or work permit. So this is the way that you should deal with this thing. To changing your job, if you are in China, it's no big deal. It's very simple, very easy. You can change your work permit anytime. All that you have to make sure is that your residence permit is valid for at least 3 months, and you must also make sure with the PSB office, you must go to the main office of the PSB where you can get the correct information, and you can also collect some evidence. If they give you any documentation, they show you, okay, you can see here, you can take a picture of that one just to secure yourself, because every city, every PSB office, they have their own standard, they have their own understanding, they have their own rules, and since they are the government, you cannot do nothing about them. they can find you, they can deport you, they can also give you some trouble. But if you tell them, okay, another place, give me this information, I have the record, they will not say anything because they don't want to have a clash with each other. But if you did not collect this information, they can give you a big problem. So you have to save yourself first. This information is very important for you to know. So changing job in China is very easy, very simple, no big deal. Everything is online. You can check your status of your work permit by yourself also, or you can ask your company HR. They can also help you to check this kind of information. So that is pretty simple. Alright guys, this is for today's video, that how you can change your visa of your work visa in China and what is the SOP. That's it for today's video. If you want to know anything more about China or about any work permit information here in China, you can DM me anytime. Thank you very much and Allah Hafiz. This is Awais Malik, Foreigners Life in Chengdu YouTube channel.